Hi, good evening, everybody. This is CSSA Mastery Series Session 3. In this session, we are going to discuss about team development and circumstancing mostly. And so our target is we will complete team development, exercise of team development, circumstancing for all the four topics and circumstancing exercises. Okay, so in next 1 hour, we are going to target this. I will give the brief description. And as part of the session that we had yesterday, let me just give you a very brief overview. I have unshared my screen for 1 minute and just give me a moment. So last session, we have discussed about skimming and lock and roll, and we have discussed about the rule set list. So the session that I have uploaded on the YouTube, also the same session is available along with notes in my curriculum also. So right now I am sharing the screen again. So if you have attended the session, please go to rgstraining.coms. On that, it should be www.rgstraining.com. Okay, so you will find a course, CSSA Mastery Series. It is a free course. You will enroll because all the upcoming links and the sessions will be part of this. So for the session 1, the video has been uploaded here, and all the summary notes for that particular session is available here. Similarly, in last session we have discussed about the application versioning. So it is I have after editing, it is a 49 minutes video. Okay, and after that, all the session notes for skimming and for the lock and roll and application and production rule sets and rule set list are available here. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can ask questions. And below video, okay, I need to enable it. There will be a comment box I need to enable. Okay, so if you have any doubt, feel free to comment under that video and I will address your doubt. Okay, on the contrary, you can join my Telegram group, and the link of the Telegram group I will just pinging you in a minute. So for this, you have to go to https:/discuss Pega. Okay, so I'm pinging this link to everyone. You may join this group, and all the it is a community of, you can see, 778 people are connecting for Pega, and you will be part of it, and you are feel free to discuss any question and anything you can post in a loop, except for the promotional content. Okay, many people are selling dumps and everything. If you are one of them, please do not join this group. For the discussion purpose, please join that. Okay, now proceeding towards the today's topic, which is parallel development. So what happens when we are talking about parallel development? There are two types of parallel development here we are talking about. Okay, so the first parallel development that we talk about is where we are having a single team. Okay, we have single team, and another way is we have multiple teams. So when it comes to single team parallel development, it is obvious that let's suppose if there are 5 members, okay, 3 members are working on one functionality and 2 members are different or working on different functionality. Okay. Also, when it comes to user stories, each of the user is working on different user stories. Okay, so we want that work should be independent of each other. One person should not be blocked by the work of another person. So in that scenario, we introduce branches. Okay, so this is a single team, and in single team we have to do for parallel development. Now, when it is a scenario of multiple teams, it is obvious that there are multiple teams that are working together. Okay, so in multiple team, there are multiple team members which are working. Okay, so we can say that there are two types of development that we are having, uh, where we have two types of scenario in which we have to go for parallel development. Okay, so how we will handle both the scenarios, we have to look into this part. So the parallel development that we proceed is for single team. Okay, so let's understand the concept of branching first. So when we are doing the parallel development, even the typical development, if we are going to App Studio and let's open the application rule. So this is application HR apps. Okay, in application, there is application stack. We have list of rule set in which rules need to be developed. So ultimately, when it comes to the development, we have to save rules in a particular rule set. For this, because the instance I have started for the first time, that's why it is taking time to open this application rule. Okay, so when it comes to this application rule, there will be application rule set named HR apps 0101, HR apps int 0101, TGB 0101, TGB int, and check credit. Now, all the development needs to be done as part of HR apps. Okay. And now for one rule set, there are multiple functionality need to be there, and we need a mechanism where we will do development in HR apps, but the work will not be interfered. Okay. So in that scenario, what we will do, so for one application, let's suppose this is rule set HR apps. This is HR app 0101. Now for this particular user, okay, or for this particular rule set, we will do a branch of HR apps. HR apps, for example, if a rule needs to be developed in HR apps and multiple team members need to work on different functionalities, so it will branch out. For example, this team is working on UX. So it will branch out one for UX, and let's suppose this team is working on integration. Okay, so another team working on integration. So HR app rule set is there, but we have made two branches of the same rule set. Okay, now entire UX work, these two team member will do in this branch. Okay, and this will do in this branch. Now they will work independent of each other. Okay, if any rule, for example, this rule is there, let's suppose rule X is there here. Okay, now this rule X needs to be used by or updated by both of these. Okay, now they do not have to wait for each other to finish the work. They will do their work. Okay, they will just branch out that particular rule in their branch. Similarly, the team 2 will branch out, the other two members of will branch out into different branch. Okay, now they will do whatever changes need to be done. Once these changes need to be done, there is concept of merging. So they will merge the all the rules that has been created, all the rules which is created in this branch, it will merge into the primary rule set, and similarly they will do the merge in this. Now point is, what happens to X? Because X was updated by this, X was updated by this branch also. So now there is a conflict. Okay, so when there will be any conflict in the rule that multiple branches have updated the same rule, while merging, the merge wizard will give a conflict error. Okay, in that way, it is an indication that one rule has been updated. Okay, before merging, you have to resolve the conflict, and conflict resolution is manual. These two team members have to communicate with each other, and they will mention that we have done these changes, we have done these changes. So they will manually merge the changes, manually do the changes in that particular rule and merge it into the main branch. Okay, this is a concept of conflict resolution. Okay, now when it comes to multiple team, the basic concept is same. Okay, I will tell you in few minutes how the difference is. So now let's, if we are going to uh, the scenario, so where he will see there is a development branch option. Here we can click on add branch. Let's suppose we can give any name to the branch. Let me check if there is any branch. So let's suppose this is a demo branch. Okay. Now this is a demo branch has been created. Please note, we have right now created in this application itself. Okay. Now let me just open any rule. I'm just doing the random work. After that, we are going to look into their official exercise. Okay, that how the development need to be done. So let me just open any random rule. And let me use this section. Okay, select filing status. Meanwhile, this rule is opening. Please note, previously we have discussed about the rule set list, right? Here we have go to operator ID and we click on profile. We are able to see application stack. This is a, we can see application rule set is there. Okay, and here it's also rule set is there. So when it comes to branching, okay, the branch rule will be on the top of this HR app rule. Okay, and just below personalized rule. Okay, so branch has a higher priority than HR apps, but it is for the development. We do not send branches to testing environment or production environment. Okay, it is only in the development environment. We have to merge this. So when we are going to save as, we will click on save as. Now, because we are saving as and we have created branches, branch has been saved successfully. Now, when it comes to the selection of the rule set, there will be an additional drop down of selection of branch here. It is taking so much time today. Okay. So here it is selecting HR application and it is selected development branch. So when we click a rule on a development branch, you will see. Okay, here you can see open apps. So HR apps branch demo. You can clearly see that this is in branch demo. Okay. And when you click on this, it has opened the rule set HR apps branch demo. You can see it is a different rule set which has been created temporarily. Okay. So now when it comes to HR app, now the branch has been created here. We have to click on this branch to open the branch. Okay. And here you will check for the branch quality. Basically, it will give you a clear scenario that what is the quality of branch, what is a guardrail score. If the test coverage is there, it should be not 0%. If you are doing testing from Pega side, okay, it will show merge conflict, warnings, uncovered rules, unit test, scenario test, okay, and all these detail you are able to find as part of a branch. Okay, now because there is a review happen, I want to send this branch, all the rules in my branch needs to be sent to LSA for review. Okay, so I will click on create a review. Here I will mention purpose of this branch. This is UI changes. Okay, and I will assign this to uh, LSA, and I will just enter the operator ID of LSA. Okay, here I'm mentioning operator ID of LSA, and I click on create. So a review case for this has been created. Okay, and the LSA will able to see this into his work list. If we will click on go, let me just refresh this. This is guardrail warning, security checklist. Ideally, it is used to come here itself on the dashboard, but it's fine if you will go to the work list also. It will show you as part of work list. So if we will go to demo, it is working really slow. So please have patience. Mm, okay, it is, I believe it is the same operator ID I have selected. But okay, let me click here, but it will be, we will able to show it as part of work list also. Okay. So now a review has been created. It is just a review case. Okay. So in this review case, the LSA will able to check this out. Okay, all the rules, and if you want to communicate, he will able to communicate it. Okay, all rules in this review. So if here we can also mention it as these changes. Okay, so they will just open each and every rule of this and check whether it is quality meeting or not. And after that, we can click on close review. No, there is an option to resolve this. I think it is not loading properly because here post these things are also not coming correctly.
Yes, it is not uh, loading properly.
Sorry.
It is not loading properly, and I think reviewer can directly go to the branch and he can check the
Yeah.
changes and close the review. Will close this
Yes.
means.
Yes. Yes. So it is, the screen is not actually populating properly. Let me refresh one more time. Okay. So ultimately we are able to review this. Once we will able to review this, okay, and we will come back to demo. All the reviews here, it will be market checked. Okay. And once it will be done, we will go to action and click on merge. Then this branch will be merged in the system. Okay, we will click for proceed. We can,
I
I
think
will,
rule is in checked out rule. If you check in the rule and then check, maybe it will work.
let me check this out. Let me try this. Yeah. No, it is not. I mean, it is just manning for a close review. I will check this out. No problem. For this one, I will check in a different environment. Okay, because here it should be. Okay, so then yeah, it will ask for source one checked out tool. Like, let me just close and reopen this action. Uh, Merge, proceed. And here you can create previously there was a conflict because there was a checkout rule. Now I have checked in the rule. So if there will be any conflict, then it will mention here a number of conflicts. Okay, number of conflict, and we will able to see the on the warning. So here you will it is recommended that you will usually merge in the new rule set version always. Okay, because the rules are the updated one, and you will keep the previous rule set version log, and here you will develop and create a one new rule set version. Okay, but please note there should not be the situation should not be that you are doing 5 merges in a day and creating the 5 rule set versions. Okay, because it is recommended that for one sprint, if it is a 2 week sprint, that you will not send 5, 10, or 15 rule sets. Okay, you should limit it to 3 rule set or 4 rule set maximum, because it is iteration. You have to send to testing environment 3 or 4 times, then it is completely okay. But it does not mean that every time you will create 1 or 2 rules, you will merge it in a particular rule set version. Okay. So if you want to lock it, you will simply give the password. And usually we do not keep the source rules as part of the team development. Okay. We want that the rule will be merged and this branch will be no longer used. So we can click on merge, and entire rule sets will be merged into primary rule set with the latest updated changes. Okay, but this is a scenario when we are having this one application rule and one team, and we want to do branching. Okay, so but when it comes to actual branching, actual team development where we are having multiple teams, then we just don't use branches only. Okay, so let's suppose this is team A and this is team B, and both teams are working on different set of functionality, and in functionality there are different sub functionality, you can say. Okay, different user stories that you want. Now as part of practice that we are having, I have seen the projects where we are creating branches on the basis of functionality. We have created branches on the basis of team and branches on the basis of user stories. Okay, so various practice has been followed in various projects. But most commonly, I have seen branches on the basis of user stories. Okay, but that may create problem also if you are doing every, because sometimes user stories are very small. For example, 3 pointer user story, 5 pointer user story. Okay, in that it does not make sense to create a branch for every user story. It will be messy. So in that scenario, the best practice is you will see the logical functionality, and one logical functionality assign it to one developer, and another logical functionality you will design send it to another developer, so that on the basis of functional requirements they will able to create the branches. But now when it comes to the team development, when the two different teams are working, team A and team B, and they further have user story, in that scenario, what we do, we come here and we create save as of application rule. Okay, this, let's suppose this HR application is there, so we will mention team A. Okay, this is an application rule that we will create, and it will be application rule set. Okay, now this team A has been done, and this application you can remove these two application, and team application will be built on HR apps, and we can click on save, and we will remove all the unnecessary rule set that we do not want to use as part of this teams. Okay, we will only keep the relevant rule set for the branches, so that it will not let us to any unnecessary changes in the system. Okay. Now we are having HR apps as a built-on application. This is giving warning because HR app is a duplicate rule set. HR app is here also and in the built-on application. So this is giving a severe warning, but it is completely okay because we are doing only for development purpose. In actual testing environments and production environment, this app we are not moving. We will move only this app. This is for facilitating development task only. Now we are having this HR apps team A. Similarly, we will create another application that will be HR apps team B. Okay. Now these two different team application will create their own different branches according to their user story. And team A and team B, because we are working on different application, we will create one access group for HR teams B and one access group for HR teams A, so that we will limit the access of the other rules for this. Okay, so to consider the security aspect of it, okay, we do not want to interfere with each other's work. Okay, so access groups, we keep it separate. Okay, so now they will work and there will be branching conflicts will be there, they will able to manage, but in that way this is an actual team development, parallel development that we do with the applications. Okay, so now let's get back to some of the concept that let's see if I have missed anything. So when it comes to branches, it is for managed parallel development in distributed environment. A branch is a container of rule set with records that undergo rapid change and development. A rule set associated with branch are called branch rule set. So the rule set that we have seen like a few minutes back, I have opened this branch rule set, right? So a rule set specific to a branch is called branch rule set. A branch rule set is branched from another rule set. Rules contains rules that are active that are active development in associated branch. Beneficial for both large and small scale development, for single team or multiple teams working simultaneously. We can use it. Branch help to ensure that team do not need to wait for until the features of both the basically functionality will complete. They can work simultaneously, and different team can independently develop the features in the isolated space. We call it as branch. Okay, they have given small examples for this, and like example one, and these are example two. If two features are being developed simultaneously, but first feature is completed before second. Okay, so these are the scenario that questions that you may give in get CSSA exam. Okay, but if you are doing the update of your knowledge, you do not need to go into so much details. I have already told you the crisp of this. Okay. After that, branch rule set management, they are talking about the development application. How, what are the steps you need to follow? You need to create a team application and build on main application. Create one or more development branches in the team application. Grant developer access to the team. It means we need to create an access group for this. Create branch in a team application as needed, create or update rules by using the branches, resolve any conflict between branches and the application, merge each branch into the team application rule set when development in the branch is complete and stable. Also, please note, I have also practically seen one of the scenario where we will create different rule set for team 1 and team 2. Okay, such kind of functionalities I have also seen. It is not easy to handle that. Okay, but in worst case scenario, because of the level of complexity of the application and to make the isolation of that particular, we created one rule set for team A, one rule set for team B. Okay, and there was scenarios where we have simulated branch basically, and this is not given in course. I am telling you the real life scenarios. So in one of the project, branching were not suitable because the team was extremely big. Okay, there were 20 25, and it was hard to control the branches itself because typically the users are creating user story branches and so much merging and conflicts is happening. Okay, to avoid such level of uh, complexity, okay, where we what we did, we create added a rule set. We have mentioned it as development rule set. Okay, so we added the development rule set. We decided that all the development need to be done in that primary rule set development, and LSA will review only development rule set. So they might be working in the branches, but they are merging the code in development rule set, and LSA is reviewing that rule set at the end of the day. Okay, so all the rules which were created in the development rule set, when it's a time for sending it to testing environment, there we were using copy the rules. So what we were doing, we are going to configure system refactor rule sets. Okay, there we were clicking on copy or merge rule set. Okay, in that scenario, whatever that development rule set was there, okay, we were copying entire rule set or choose the rule set version. In choose rule set version, we were selecting that particular version and merging it into target version. So what was a target version? What was a final version for us? It was HR app. Let's suppose if 010102 was there, we will create 010103 and merge the development rule set into 010103. So we have almost simulated the functionality of branch development as part of this. Okay, so this is not, we can say, best practice. What is the best practice given by Pega? To use branches. So we were using branches plus one additional rule set for the development of team A, development of team B. We were first merging into the development branch. Okay, only the final reviewed rules, and after doing all the conflict and testing, we were merging it to HR apps, which is a primary application. Okay, so in that scenario, we would have delete HR apps from here and we would use just a development rule set here. Okay, and we were consciously merging into different rule set version. This is how we have performed this. There was conflict issues were there, but it was very manually controlled environment was there. Okay, so such kind of modifications we have to do when it comes to the reality. Okay. So yeah, I have given this part because so that you will able to understand this. Okay, so let me close this part now. Let's have a look at the actual scenario which is given as part of this exercise system. Okay, so the payroll setup case type provide automatic tax withholding calculated based on selected filing status. The current version of the case type has two designated options, single and merit, and we have the single and merit. You have been asked to replace merit filing status with more specific options, that is merit filing jointly and merit filing separately. Another team is working on a separate part of the case type to avoid conflict. Configure these changes in the development branch. Create and merge the content of the development branch labeled expanded filing into HR app. And this will be the credentials. So basically what we need to do, I will delete this. Right now, I will not create any application as of now, but we will click on branch and we will add an expanded filing branch in the system. Okay, we can click on save. Just give me 1 second. So I have added by directly applying the application rule and added there. But if you will go to app records, you will have classes and you will have branches. Okay. So in branches, here you can click on create. Sorry, you will just able to see here. We have expanded branching. So we can right click on this one and we can create any branch. Okay. So this option we can use. To be honest, I have not tried right now add branch from remote repository. I would like to try this, but right now I do not have enough information for add branch from remote repository. I will have a look at it. I believe it is something new that I'm looking into. Okay, so this option I will let you know maybe most probably in the next session. So now we have added this expanded filing into the new branch, and we will just click on save. Okay, so now let's go to classes here. Now in payroll setup, in data model, in property, okay, I need to open filing status property. Okay, so right now, okay, this property is in below class, but let me just open this. We will click on save as. Okay, so we will keep this branch selected, but we will, because this application is in HRFW. Okay, it is in the framework layer. So we will just select the framework layer itself, and we want to just make it into the expanded branch. Okay, and we click on create and open. Now here we will see there are two options, single and merit. Okay, so as part of scenario, it is merit filing jointly, and merit filing separately. They want two options. And I click on save. Okay, so now the section, first of all, if we want to look at the sections, we can click on action and we can go to view references. Okay, so here we can see we have two sections which are available. Okay, one section is in framework layer, one section is in right now current application, which is current application. Okay, not built on. This is built on application. This is current application. We have to make changes in current application. Okay, again, because we will click on save as. Okay, we will select this into current application and the class will remain the same, but development branch will remain this. We can click on create and open. Right now, the filing status is a text field. We will come here, go to the settings, and we will click on change and add it to a drop down. So now this filing status, we have changed from text to drop down, and we will select the list sources as defined on the property and click on submit. Okay, we can click on save. Right now, I will not click on entire case type run. I will just want to click on preview and we will see that these three options are coming. Okay, because this is also in branch and the property is also in the branch. So this will work. But as the development has been completed, we have to go for merging. Let's go to HR app. We will click on filing, or you can go to branches. You can click on right side. You can click on merge. Okay, so both the option will be same, but let's open this and we can see the branch quality. Okay, there are two warnings, uh, total two warnings, but it is not showing any warnings here. Okay, nothing is there as part of this. Just showing two warnings, no filter is there. Okay, but yes, we can simply go to click, merge, click on proceed. Now here we will see, because I have not checked out rule, it is giving the error for the checkout. Okay, and one is HR app and one is, there are two different rule set. So for both of these, I will go to bulk actions and we'll check out both rules together. So both rule has been checked out. Now I can go to cancel, action, merge, proceed, and I simply click on merge. Okay, now I will go to HR apps, action, refresh. Okay, no, because the branch has been merged, now branch is not there. Now when I click on HR apps, you will see version has been created 010104, which is an open version. I have not entered password, so this is not locked. Okay, so this is how we will do branching and merging. Okay, so now let me stop the recording.